Quentin's Cookie Corner. Today we will be making delicious snickerdoodles with a special guest, my sister Kate.
You want me to walk in now?
Yeah. She's sweet, she's wise, and she's very old. Kate was born in the year 2000 and was incredibly lonely for 3 years until I came along. Somehow, both children in the family turned out gay. Probably the chemicals in the water. Kate's girlfriend Max is way cooler than her. They both go to UVA, where Kate is studying physics. Despite studying to be a literal rocket scientist, the most impressive thing Kate's ever done, in my opinion, is the deeply embarrassing EP her band, the Crimson Nixies, made in high school. It's on Bandcamp. Great stuff. Truly horrible.
Thank you, Quentin, and I have to say I'm not quite as good at being in front of a camera as you are, but I'm so very proud of how dynamic you are in your videos and how much work you've been putting into them. It is really impressive.
I know, I'm incredible. Now let's get these cookies started. Give me some instructions.
Okay, so you're going to preheat the oven to 375, and then can you mix together a stick of butter with 1 1/4 cups of sugar?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Remember, that's sugar, not baking powder.
I made that mistake once when I was 8. That was more than half my life ago. So, how are things with you and Max?
We're doing really well. It's our first year living together. Of course, it's not just us. We're living with 4 other people in a really tiny apartment, but still it has its ups and downs. She's not the neatest person, but overall, it's been great.
Oh, it's good to hear. You guys are like the cutest couple I know. If I would stop believing in the power of love if cacks were no longer a thing.
Is that our ship name? I don't think it's really working, but thank you for coming up with it. I think that's mixed well enough, Quentin.
All right, so what's next?
Okay, so you'll need 1 egg with half a teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, don't hurt Blue!
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
should we
sorry,
introduce her?
Blue. Her amazing dog, Blue. Blue is the sweetest. She loves being pet, and she's a little bit shy of the camera, but I think she's doing great.
Bye, Blue Blue. We gotta finish the cookies.
Bye, Blue. Okay, so about Max, I have to ask for some advice. How did you know, like, when you knew?
I think I'd say that
Because, how do you tell the difference between when somebody is objectively attractive and when you'd like to kiss their face? Because, Chris Hemsworth is objectively attractive, but Chris Hemsworth also has a wife and kids, and his kids are so cute, and, how do you tell the difference between, like, objective Hemsworth attractive and someone you'd want to date?
So as Quentin adds the vanilla, I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients. I never really liked anyone until Max. Definitely never acted on it. It took me a while to realize that I even liked her in that way.
But how did you know that? I mean, you're not exactly giving me a lot to work with here, Kate.
Well, she asked me to prom.
She has so much game.
I wouldn't give her that much credit. I just thought we were going as friends. What? It wasn't my fault. She just kind of casually suggested that we go together, and we were best friends. Neither of us had a date. It made sense to me from a logical perspective.
Okay. And when did it stop being friends and start being a date?
When we got there, we'd been hanging out all night. We monopolized the photo booth, and she had way too much punch, and, we were dancing together, and suddenly I put my hands around her neck, and we were really close, and we sort of started swaying together to the slow song, and I got really flustered, even though it was just Max, and it was so funny because I couldn't even look at her. I was just staring intently at her shoulder, and it almost took me the whole song to just focus enough to even realize why I was acting that way. And then it was kind of like a eureka moment. I had this big rush, and I just realized that it was Max. And then she made this stupid joke about running us into Jake and Kira, and I looked up at her as I started to laugh, and she looked down at me, and I leaned in and kissed her.
Wow. I can't believe you made the first move.
I know. I'm still surprised that I did it myself.
So did she, like, already like you, or was this just a complete shock to her?
She had this big master plan where she was going to confess her feelings to me during the dance, but I just beat her to the punch, I guess. For those of you following along at home, this is 1.5 cups of flour and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So then we're just kind of mixing the dry ingredients.
So, like, assuming you decided you like Max,
Which I did.
which you did, were you, like, shocked that you felt that way about a girl, or...
You know, I don't think I was. I already... Help me roll those into balls and then we'll dip them in the cinnamon sugar, okay? Have you read Fun Home? Okay, we have got to fix that. I know what I'm getting you for your birthday, but... Anyway, there's this scene in it where young Alison Bechdel meets this butch woman. She's wearing this flannel and work boots and a ring of keys, and she just says, that's it. No, it's not like she has a crush on anyone in particular. She just kind of knew. No, I think I was sort of like that. I always knew. From a young age, actually. You know how everyone says that Simba is their sexual awakening? Well, they're totally sleeping on Nala. What a woman.
She's a cartoon lion.
With
Okay?
perfect eyeliner cue.
Right? Okay.
So, you know, the GSA is a great place to go to talk about this kind of stuff. I went with Max during my senior year. Honestly, wish I went sooner, but it was a great place where I met so many people who have had similar experiences to me, and I know it's cliche to say, but it honestly made me feel more normal.
But that would be a lot of effort and energy, and I'd have to stay after school, and they'd probably all hate me.
Quentin! No!
Okay. I'll go.
Okay, that was easy. Now that we're done plopping those down, we're going to put them in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then Quentin and I will have a chat off camera, if that's okay.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. Be sure to follow this recipe to have some amazing snickerdoodles to impress your friends and potential lovers. Bye, y'all!